Hey there, it's Erin from the Mind Body Project, and we're going to talk a little bit about gratitude. Because as we might know, we can have our gut health right, we can have our movement right, and if we don't have our mindset right, it can still be very tough to find health and happiness. So I'm going to give you 3 tips to developing a gratitude practice in your life. And just quickly, why is everybody always talking about gratitude? Well, a gratitude practice, frankly, it comes really tough to humans. We are wired to look for threats and negativity in the world around us to help us survive, to keep us alive. So that's the way we evolved as humans. And thank goodness for that. That's the reason that you're here where you are today. But that means that finding something positive or to be grateful for sometimes feels like the deck is stacked against us. Maybe something is difficult in our life, or we just know that it's about 3 times easier to be looking for the negative than to plant the seed for the positive. And 90% of our lived experience happens in our mind, anyways. So if we start to practice looking for gratitude and actually being grateful for the things around us, and don't worry, there's plenty of things that it's totally fair not to be grateful for. I'm not saying you have to do that. But having the ability to know if you're having a negative thought that doesn't need to control your life, stopping that process and looking for something grateful, even that process can help us feel more happy and comfortable about our lives, even if we don't find something to be grateful for. Just noticing, labeling as a negative thought or uncomfortable feeling, and then trying to supplement that with something that does feel a little bit better in the body. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to tell you my 3 favorite gratitude practices. Oops, and why is this constantly happening? Oh man, sorry, this is not the right. I've got too many of these PowerPoints up. Hold on one second. And I'm grateful that the technology supported me. Okay, so our gratitude meditation means to find a comfortable, quiet spot somewhere. You can lay down, sit, or you can even go on a walk. And this is kind of what I call rapid fire gratitude. So just starting with the words, I'm grateful for, and notice what comes up. And you can give it, a good length of time if it's taking a while, or you can start with kind of an instant trick to gratitude meditation, which is to always have something in your back pocket that you know you're grateful for. I start with a medium width Bic pen because I really like writing with those pens. And even on days when some things seem excessively difficult, I can go back and say, I just love that feeling of writing on paper with that pen. And then usually once I plant the seed of gratitude, more gratitude grows from that. So the meditation would simply be to start with something that you're grateful for. Could be the same thing every time, or it could be different, whatever works for you. And set a timer for 5 minutes and just allow the gratitudes to come up. And there's no judgment. If other things come up as well, then you can just notice that that's happening and bring it back to looking for something to be grateful for. You can also, if you don't like sitting and imagining, bring out a journal or a piece of paper and start a list. So I've got mine here. And as you can see, I'm looking around and I'm grateful for being outdoors, sunshine, trees, and I just start writing down whatever's coming up. Usually I find that there's things that I'm grateful for that maybe I had never really identified. And as I'm writing it down, they just come up and I keep going with it. Doesn't matter how long it lasts, you'll know when it's complete. But this is a great thing to do for even 2 to 3 minutes every morning, because whatever seeds we plant will grow. So if the first thing that you're doing when you get up in the morning is looking on Instagram or going on social media, you're probably going to be looking for external excitement, validation, responding to other people's lives, rather than looking for something that makes you feel good inside. So if you start your morning with a gratitude practice, it's likely that that seed will grow throughout the day. That's how our brains are actually wired. Whatever we start with, it grows, because that's the brain's kind of subconscious way of keeping us safe. Oh, if this day is looking negative and scary, then I'm going to look for all of these threats for the rest of the day to keep myself safe. But if I have the time and the awareness to set up some nice things for myself, doesn't have to be gratitude, could be your morning ritual, what you like to do in the morning, then your day's more likely to go that way, because you have started things off in a way that builds whatever that starting point is. And then I call this last one applied gratitude. So that means wherever you're entering in, maybe it's home, maybe it's work, maybe it's a challenging situation, to make it easier for yourself, you can walk in and find 5 things to be grateful for. So, if you see that the place is a mess or you're uncomfortable, look for what's good about this situation. Oh, I see that somebody has a smile on their face. Wow, the temperature is nice in this room. I feel like I dressed up for this occasion. Whatever it is, if you plant those seeds of gratitude, it will be more likely that you have a positive experience. Thanks, and feel free to stay in touch with us. We love to hear from you. Erin at themindbodyproject.com or themindbodyproject.com.